20 after 6 in the morning, and we packed up everything as best we could. The tent is very wet. We were here in this spot where it was kind of low, and at one point we had standing water in the tent, and then we had a mouse visit us, and I guess he came in with the pack because there were no holes in the tent. So I got to grab him in a bandana and throw him out. He didn't come back, so I guess there wasn't an opening for him to get into. So that made it interesting. And then it rained all night. So I know today is going to be a wet, wet trail. Hopefully the weather gets better because we have some above tree line climbing to do, and it could get pretty rough up there if it's windy and cold. So all the rain gear is on, and we're going to get started here. Man, in addition to steep, wet trail, you got to throw a big tree with branches in the way. And then I see a little waterfall back there that's the trail. Here's our trail. It's beautiful and mossy up here, but it is moist and cold. It's 10:30 and I stopped at this little shelter to kind of hang up the tent bits and wipe them down one more time with the chamois, so I can at least get them into damp stage in case the sun doesn't come out. It's supposed to rain and drizzle until 3 this afternoon, so I guess we just got to live with that. It's been beautiful but wet, and I feel a little bit better. I just talked to 3 southbound hikers who taking it slow. They're just going to do about, they said, 8 miles in 2 days and staying at shelters, and so they got it made. Kind of jealous. More moose poo. It's a narrow trail to meet one. Better keep the head up. So the sun came out, took off the rain gear, and then it rained again. Now the sun's out again. Having a hard time creating trust with this weather. I stopped by this roadside here, and they had a little bench, and just back up the trail away someone had left a little cooler with some black cherry seltzers and some devil dogs, which were devil's food cake stuffed Twinkie things. They were great. The descent took a lot of time because it was very slippery. The rocks I was counting on earlier in the hike I could not count on. They were super slick, so lots of hanging on to trees and roots and grappling the way down. And now I hope it's not so much that going up. All right, now this is a serious creek. I'm gonna try to find a place to cross. It looks like it might be safe. Okay, that last crossing was That was some cooking water. I found a log that had fallen across, actually a small tree, and I just got downstream of the tree and hung on to it to go across, and it got up to my crotch. It was moving fast, so I was glad that tree was there. Now we have this one, which looks a lot more doable. And now stream number 3. Okay, so we ended up crossing 4 or 5 streams. The other 2 weren't so wild. And then a long, wet climb up here. But it's definitely worth it for the scenery. That's just amazing. Finally get a view in Maine. Well, after a very muddy climb, looks like we're at the first little peak. So it's pretty here. So much mud. It's 6 o'clock and the Serenity Shuttle has landed at trail mile 1967.4 for 12.5-mile day. We've got, we're here at the Sabbath Day Pond Shelter, and it rained, of course, the last 30 minutes coming into the shelter, and I set up in the rain, so I've been mopping up the water in the tent and trying to make it at least livable. And then try to get through the night, get up in the morning, and make the 9.3 to Rangeley and get everything dry. Finally got some views in Maine. That was amazing. And walked through a lot of water today. So thanks for hiking with me, and remember, we're doing the impossible. That makes us mighty.